Bam. What's up, everybody? It's Driver KG, and it's
D-Driven Fast.
D-Driven Fast. And it's been a year since you had this car. You brought this last May, correct?
May 7th.
May 7th. And you have how many miles on this thing now?
10,892.
Wow. Okay. All right. So that's about right. So you've been driving this thing, and now you got some actual seat time in this, as opposed to you traded in what for this?
My 2018 Honda Civic Type R.
All right, another great track monster, and he just wanted a different feel for a different car. He wanted to find something that gives him that excitement, which a lot of people don't like these all that much. I don't know what's up with some of these people, some of you guys that don't like this car because of the name.
It's that badge.
But let me tell you, this is a great car. And how has this been? So just run me through the whole thing. How has this car been for you through this time of owning and ownership?
It's been great. I haven't had any problems, no flaws. I've had nothing but smiles.
Yeah.
Everybody compliments on the color, the car. They ask, what is it? I tell them exactly what it is, and they always throw it N line. N line. No.
Yep, I get that a lot.
There's no line on the end of that. You can go to a dealer and they'll say N line. There's just the N.
Yep. So let me ask you this question here. What all have you done to this car? Because your Honda was full bolt-on. So what you got going with this now?
Orla Attack exhaust.
Uh-huh.
SoCal front mount intercooler. Tune. Intake light. Forged filter. And then the supporting mods to go with it. If you want full details, I got the 5 coils, 9 plugs.
Yeah, the range 9 plugs.
And the 6th high pressure fuel pump.
All right, and the 6th high pressure fuel pump is working for this car. So you're now tuned by who?
N75.
But who are you getting tuned by?
Upper Motorsports.
All right. He's getting tuned by Upper Motorsports, and we're gonna see how that goes. So we're gonna take a nice drive up there, and then after that, then you're going to try out Cherry, correct?
Yes.
You'll try out Cherry at some point in time, because he does want that cam. He does want the Ghost Cam. Who doesn't? The Ghost Cam sounds amazing.
Now you put it on with that exhaust system now?
Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. So you said you got the N75 tune right now.
Yes.
You have the range 9 plugs, intercooler, catless main tech downpipe, full attack. Yep. And I'd say that's about full bolt-on, right? Or we'll call it bolt-ons because you don't have the cold pipe and stuff, but you're about there. So how much power do you think this car is making right now?
My butt dyno, from what I see, I feel like 330, 340.
All right, and that's on the N75. Now, how has that tune been for you?
In the beginning, it was good. And then I started getting cuts. I don't know if it was the high pressure fuel pump that was going, because I had the Sonata one before, and I switched that out, and it kind of stopped the cuts. But I also found oil inside the valve cover where the high pressure fuel pump sits.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I think that's normal. I don't know.
Yeah, I've had some in that area. We'll see. It tends to happen sometimes. But all right, so 10,000 miles. How has fuel economy been for you in this car?
A lot better than the Type R was.
Miles per gallon in a way, but it's still an economy car.
Miles per gallon. Miles are tenfold. MPG on a good day about 27 to 32 in normal mode. N mode I range 24 to 27 for right now with the N75 tune. Hopefully we'll get more with Upper Motorsports, and we'll see what that does and see what kind of power numbers I can get, and hopefully we can crank out some really good numbers.
Yeah. So what I want to ask you is, how does this car differ from the Type R did? Like, what are some of the positive changes that you're so much, you're happy that you switched? Because a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, why the hell would you switch from a Type R? That's the pinnacle of sport hatches, and this isn't a hatchback, but this is in that same class. Why would you choose to a car that has less power, costs less, and all that stuff? Do you feel like giving up?
The warranty is 1. The parts were a lot more affordable, and the way these things make power, and the way it puts the power down. The gearing on this thing, overall from the Type R, I can just wind them out. Turbo kicks in, and I can just kind of wind out the gears. Type R, as you see in previous races and racing him, I'm going through gear changes left and right, and the RPMs was only 7,200. I didn't have anything more than that, and it
still with 410, 411 gears in the Type R, right? It's a different. That's what I try to explain to people.
411.
Yeah.
You get in it. I mean, the power comes on strong out of the hole, but up top, if you don't got the RPMs, you're never gonna get it. Because if I had another 1,000 RPMs, like an old K series, then I could run. But with that, it was just too much. The parts cost too damn much. Granted, I did love the car. Overall, I did enjoy the car very much. But this, I really love this car.
Yeah. All right. So how about ride control? Like, how's the ride in this compared?
Tenfold. The Type R comfort mode was still very stiff because it was a track car. This is still technically a track car, saloon car, or sedan.
Whatever. Yeah.
Eco mode and everything. Everything just kind of hugs you. It feels
it's pleasant to drive. You can take a whole road trip in this thing and not worry about anything.
No back pain. You have heated seats. Type R did not have that.
Yeah.
You go through any drive mode on the fly, and the Type R, I did feel like it did hesitate when you would change it into drive modes. The suspension would kind of hesitate, not right away, especially in the steering. I feel like the steering in R mode was too stiff. This in N mode, you can do Sport, N mode, and then you can actually adjust your custom setups. You can do N mode, you can customize your steering, your exhaust, everything, all on the fly, and you can have your custom N mode and still drive in comfort mode.
Yep.
And you're not, sacrificing one drive mode for another, because technically you have 2 drive modes that are custom, plus your Eco, Sport, Normal, and N.
Yep. All right. So, I mean, have you had any issues with this car? Because a lot of people are nervous about owning a Hyundai, and I get it. Sometimes it's a gamble. But have you had any issues whatsoever? Like anything come up?
No.
As long as you own this car?
As long as I'm on this car, I have not. The only thing was when the downpipe was done with the Fowler and everything with that. Other than that, that wasn't my fault. Other than that, I have no problems. I get in this car every day, and I have literally no worries. I don't have any fear of anything breaking. You just got to worry about everybody wanting to race you when they pull up to a light, because they don't know what that is.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask you, this is another good question, I feel like. Is there anything that you miss in the Type R that this car does not offer?
The styling of what it was. Because the Type R stood for racing, and the FK8 was their race car, and
it looked like it. It was wide.
It was wide.
aggressive.
The angles, the wing, like, it looked awesome.
Now, don't get me wrong. This car is aggressive, but there's no wide fender flares, no big wing, no things going on in the hood to make it like it's a difference. And that's what I feel like the only difference between the 22, 23 and the 24s to 20, I guess 26, 25, yeah. So it's like when you see an inline, even though there's nothing wrong with an inline, still people are going to get the cars mixed up and still think, hey, this is still that 201 horsepower car when it's not. And I get it, it is still an N, but I felt like they could have did just a little bit more to make this car more special. But I do understand that people didn't like the styling of the 22, 23s, and this looks great. I mean, it looks good. They did a good job of in a way straightening it up, making it more user friendly. So
I had people tell me they see me go by and they're like, they thought it was a BMW by the headlights. Sometimes I'm like, it's not a BMW.
It almost is.
I mean,
Albert Bierman, right? In a way. So, all right. So let's see what you got going on here under the hood. All right. So this engine bay is actually pretty clean, and for a lot of you that don't know, these cars are really affordable to mod. especially when you just want like some extra power. You want to go like 100 plus over stock. You can achieve that with simple things like the downpipes. Those range from anywhere between $299 to I think the most expensive one is like $700-800, which is the X-Force. Then you got the inlet. The inlets usually range about $100 to $200. The intake pipe, you know, all of this could range anywhere between $200 and $500 for everything. And honestly, that's all you need. If you want an exhaust system, you're going to be looking at anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000, like any other car. But really, that's all you need. A high pressure fuel pump, which is under here. You just pop that up, and the high pressure fuel pumps are about $300 to $500, depending on which one you go with. We got 6 out there, so there is an aftermarket, and that's something that people have to understand, because people still think we have no aftermarket. We do, we just don't have a lot. But for somebody that's coming from a Type R that has like all of the aftermarket, but it's pretty expensive.
A very expensive aftermarket.
Pretty expensive. And then for the, and again, I'm only comparing the Type R because this is what he had. And a lot of you are going to be on the fence about, do I want this? Do I want the FL5? Do I want an FK8? Do I want a Mark 8? The GTI is another excellent option. It's a little bit different in modding, but those cars do about the same thing. When it comes to the Type R and the, I believe the Integra Type S, it is going to be just a little bit more money to get what you want out of it. So these cars are kind of sleepers because they don't need all of that horsepower to make those same type of numbers. 350 horsepower out of this car can get you a low 11 seconds 60 to 130, which you've done.
Yes,
right?
I have. And
so
that was before the exhaust.
That was before the exhaust. So we're going to see, because the exhaust adds like 15 horsepower. So, and you have tuners out there. You have Cherry Tuning. That's who I'm tuned by. That's who he's going to get tuned by eventually. You have Upper Motorsports. That's who he's going to get tuned by this week or so, or whenever. Then you got Lap 3 out there. That's, you know, another company out there. And some others. You can still go with 6 if you want. But again, guys, there is an aftermarket. These cars are reliable. You got how many miles? You said 10,000, right?
10,892.
And the styling of this car is great. Now, you haven't done brakes yet, but brakes, the pads are about $150 to $200. They're not a lot. Just keep up with your oil changes. 540 is what you want to run if you are tuned. And that's about it. These cars are pretty simple. And if you don't mind, did you get yours for MSRP?
I did.
All right.
35, what was it, 35.8, I believe.
All right.
It was 35.8 or 36. Either way, it was MSRP. I didn't pay anything over.
I think 35, right?
35.
And you're not paying a lot for car insurance, because at the end of the day, it is an Elantra, but you know the base Elantras are a little higher in insurance because of the thefts that happen. But this is the end, so you don't got to worry about theft, because you got to push button start. So you don't got to worry about that, and now the insurance company knows. So if you're in the market, don't hesitate to go test drive one of these.
Absolutely.
How's clutch feel?
Butter.
It is butter.
It is butter.
It is very much
very
butter.
Smooth.
If you want it a little harder than that, you can upgrade your clutch. Clutches range from about, I think I paid $500 for mines, and then they go all the way up to $2,000 for the X-Force. But the best clutch in the market is the Uniclutch. So, all right, man. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us about how your time has been owning this car. Are you happy you made the decision?
Absolutely.
Would you take it back?
No.
All right.
Not at all. As much people and as much backlash as I have gotten from it,
yeah,
I won't. Because at the end of the day, I can still turn a profit on this if I was to ever get rid of it. I said I wasn't ever going to get rid of the Type R either, but to get that extra horsepower that I wanted was $8,000.
And honestly, people cannot talk any type of crap to you because you own the car. You own the Type R. You've owned this. You know the difference. So stop giving him shit on it.
Yep. And I also had an SRT4 also. So I also had another turbocharged 4-cylinder that was absolutely a blast to drive. That was making 325 with full bolt on.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I didn't own an Evo yet. Maybe one day I might, but we'll see.
Just give it a shot, guys. Just give it a shot. That's all I'm saying.
Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid of what Hyundai was, and now they have turned themselves around because technology, and then the people who helped build this car, BMW. You know, you got people in the racing division. They're out there.
That's winning back to back
in the rallies and in the circuits.
And shout out to Cherry Tuning for them doing a great job in their races with their race car that they just built. So we're doing things with Hyundai, honestly. Like, look at this interior. Come on, look at that.
Minus it being dirty.
Don't worry about that, man.
Season, but
look at that interior. You get two nice, a very usable. It doesn't get stuck or do all of those other things that some of them do. Man, go check this car out, guys. And thank you for watching. Where can we follow you at, man?
Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I guess you can follow me on Facebook. I think that's all linked in there. You just look me up. And
I'll leave the link right here.
Thanks for watching. Go out and test drive one. You won't regret it.
Yep. All right,
Stay safe
man.
out there, everybody. Catch you on the next one.
All right.